form of theatrical performance that combines song, spoken dialogue, acting, and dance. The story and emotional content of a musical, humor, pathos, love, anger, are communicated through the words, music, movement, and technical aspects of the entertainment as an interrogated whole. Although musical theater overlaps with other theatrical forms like opera and dance, it may be distinguished by the equal importance given to the music as compared with the dialogue, movement, and other elements. Since the early 20th century, musical theater stage works have generally been called simply musicals. Although music has been part of a dramatic presentation since ancient times, modern Western musical theater emerged during the 19th century with many structural elements established by the works of Gilbert and Sullivan in Britain and those of Harrigan and Hart in America. These were followed by the numerous Edwardian musicals, comedies, and the musical theater works of American creators like George M. Cohan, the Princess Theater musicals, and other smart shows like Of Thee I Sing from 1931, where artistic steps forward beyond revues and other frothy entertainments of the early 20th century and led to such groundbreaking shows as Showboat from 1927 and Oklahoma from 1943, and some of the most famous and iconic musicals through the decades that follow include West Side Story from 1957, The Fantastics from 1960, Hair from 1967, A Chorus Line from 1975, from 1985, and The Phantom of the Opera from 1986, Ren from 1996, and The Producers from 2001, and Wicked from 2003.
Yes.
Richard Rodgers from 1902 to 1979, that's when he was alive, and Oscar Hammerstein II from 1895 to 1960 were an influential, innovative, and successful American musical theater writing team, usually referred to as Rodgers and Hammerstein. They created a string of popular Broadway musicals in the 1940s and 1950s, initiating what is considered the golden age of musical theater, with Rodgers composing the music and Hammerstein writing the lyrics of 5 of their Broadway shows: Oklahoma, Carousel, South Pacific, The King and I, and The Sound of Music, were outstanding successes, as was the television broadcast of Cinderella. Among the many accolades their shows and film versions garnered were 34 Tony Awards, 15 Academy Awards, and the Pulitzer Prize and 2 Grammy Awards. And The Sound of Music and Oklahoma on that page were both done by them.
Could you speak a little slower? I can't understand you very well.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay. Annie is a Broadway musical based upon the popular Harold Gray comic strip Little Orphan Annie, with the music by Charles Strauss, lyrics by Martin Chernin, and the book by Thomas Meehan. The original Broadway production opened in 1977 and ran for nearly 6 years, setting a record for the Alvin Theater, now the Neil Simon Theater. It spawned numerous productions in many countries, as well as national tours, and won the Tony Award for the Best Musical. The musical songs, Tomorrow and It's the Hard Knock Life, are among its most popular musical numbers. Singing in the Rain is a 1952 American musical comedy film directed by Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen, starring Kelly Donald O'Connor and Debbie Reynolds, and choreographed by Kelly and Donen. It offers a lighthearted depiction of Hollywood in the late 20s, with the 3 stars portraying performers caught up in the transition from silent films to talkies. Oklahoma is the first musical written by the team of composers Richard Rodgers and librettist Oscar Hammerstein II. The musical is based on Lynn Riggs' 1931 play Green Grow the Lilacs, set in Oklahoma Territory outside the town of Claremont. In 1906, it tells the story of cowboy Curly McLean and his romance with farm girl Lori Williams. A secondary romance concerns cowboy Will Parker and his flirtatious fiancée, Ado Annie. The Sound of Music is a musical by Richard Rodgers, lyrics by Oscar Hammerstein II, and a book by Howard Lindsay and Russell Crouse. It is based on the memoir of Maria von Trapp, the story of the Trapp family singers, and many songs from the musical have become standards, such as Edelweiss, My Favorite Things, Climbing Every Mountain, Do Re Mi, and the title song, The Sound of Music.